No heels? I should just start running around the whole studio calling these highlights. Chris Bosh and the Heat taking out the Pistons, and Miami was handing out holiday greetings. Take a look at Chris Bosh.
Oh! You know what I say? Get there late. What happens? Get your feelings hurt.
Yeah, Andre Drummond.
Andre Drummond tried to time that up. His timing's a little off. Maybe he needs a new watch for Christmas.
And they weren't done. Justice Winslow with the steal in transition. Yeah.
And Ersan Ilyasova tries to time it up. We might need to get him a watch also for Christmas.
Exactly. Seasons, cheers, all
that
around.
That was nasty.
In Miami.
Flex, young fella, show me something.
This was a good game. About 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Pistons down 1. Reggie Jackson in transition. Contavious Caldwell-Pope for 3.
It's a new age basketball. 3-on-2 break, and both wings fan out to the three-point line. And they took their shot, knocked it down. Here again, off the penetration. Nice job of Reggie Jackson. Actually probably got away with a travel, but the Pistons move the ball around, end up with a quality pull-up jump shot, take the lead.
So with 9.1 seconds left in the fourth, Heat down 1. D. Wade has a lot of time. What does he do?
A lot of time, makes a great move. Splits the trap at the top off the ball screen. This is a very makeable Dwayne Wade shot. It's actually vintage Dwayne Wade shot. Normally goes glass on that, but instead missed it. One more opportunity after the free throws. Chris Bosh gets a decent look just inside the three-point line. Can't knock it down. Miami is going to be kicking themselves because they had 2 great opportunities to win this game.
Because Andre Drummond missed 2 key free throws down the stretch, which led to that Bosh chance, but he couldn't get it to go. Even though he led all scorers with 20, the Pistons get the 92 win. That's what I meant to say. They've won 5 of their last 6 games, including 3 straight. This happened to be their first game since that 4 overtime win over the Bulls on Friday. Son Whiteside, 3rd game with at least 15 points and 15 rebounds this season, but they get the loss. Here he is after the game.
That was a painful loss. You know, they got hot in the second quarter for the three-point line, and Stanley Johnson really started knocking down a lot of shots. So they got back in the game. I think they hit a lot of tough shots, and sometimes we gave up. We was late on transition, closing out, but they hit a lot of tough ones too.
You're talking about that new age game, Pistons. I think they like the 3 because their magic number for this season, 33%. When they make at least a third of their threes, as they did on Tuesday by hitting 52%, they're a perfect 13-0. When they don't hit that percentage, however, they're just 4-12. And Legs, you put the Heat behind the Cavs as your team, going for that number 2 spot in the East, but Detroit goes into Miami, gets this big win. What's the ceiling for this Pistons team?
Look, this is a team, you look up now, here we are heading into Christmas, right? They're a half game out of the number 2 spot in the Eastern Conference. They haven't gotten a lot of attention this year because of the stories out west with the starts of Golden State and San Antonio. But Detroit is a team that made some serious changes to their roster. I like the toughness that they've added. I like the versatility they've added, the youth and athleticism. Van Gundy's doing a phenomenal job coaching this team, but I just like the hard hat mentality that they're bringing to the court right now. Andre Drummond is having an all-star caliber year. They got their franchise point guard they wanted in Reggie Jackson. He's a guy that's a shoot-first type of point guard, but the bottom line is he's capable of going off for 30 on any given night on anybody. Then you add in guys like Pope and Marcus Morris. This is a team now that has depth. They're 9 deep now. Brandon Jennings is coming back to give them a 10th option and another guy that can carry you offensively at times. The bottom line is they believe in each other. And they come out every night, and they're going to make you fight for it and work for it. They were down 18 points in this game in the first half on the road against a very good Miami team, battled back, take the lead, and then they make the plays down the stretch they have to. So I've been very impressed with what I've seen out of the Pistons. We haven't talked about them very much, but if they get a little winning streak going right here, they could find themselves in 2nd place in the East as we head into 2016.
Yeah, it's so tight in that East with the Heat loss and the Hawks and Pacers idle. Actually, it's the Raptors who had a chance to move into a tie for that 2 spot. In the East with a win over the Mavericks. That's who they were taking on today. And Dirk Nowitzki entered Tuesday night just 30 points shy of passing Shaquille O'Neal for 6th on the all-time scoring list. Picked it up in the 3rd quarter. Mavs down 14. Dirk all alone. got the shooter's touch there.
Terrence Ross, Luis Scola saying, wait a second, we trapped the ball. Who's going to rotate to that guy?
Yeah.
You might want to find that guy.
I mean, he's all by himself.
Three-point line, nobody guarding him. You can see Toronto having all kinds of issues with their defensive rotations.
11 points in the third quarter. And then the Raptors, though, were able to pull away in the fourth with their three-point shooting.
Yeah, and they've got DeMar DeRozan, Kyle Lowry. They've got guys that can really light it up. One of the best backcourts in the NBA. Very tough team to beat in their building. And they finally started moving the basketball, knocking down shots after a cold third quarter.
Raptors 5 of 8 on three-pointers in the fourth quarter. They get the 103-99 win despite 20 points from Dirk Nowitzki. And Dirk now 10 shy of passing Shaq for 6th on the NBA's all-time scoring list. He's scored in double figures in all but one game this season. So that's likely to happen tomorrow in Brooklyn. How about the oldie but goodie and Dirk, man? Keep on keeping on. After that, Dirk will be looking up at Wilt and MJ on the all-time list. Now, even though Dirk is closing in on greatness, Mavs head coach Rick Carlisle not happy with his team after the game.
It was a 24-minute, take you to the beach, kick your butt, kick sand in your face type deal. And then, hey, we come in at halftime and we're finally pissed. I get on their case, and we decide to bust our ass in the third quarter. We played a hell of a third quarter. But, look, if it's going to be like that, these guys aren't going to be Mavericks very long. I can promise you that.
Dang, tell them how you really feel. Wonder what he's
Goodness.
talking about. Coming up, the race to the bottom is well underway. A couple teams vying for ping pong balls in action tonight. And this guy.
NBA Tonight, brought to you by Bodman Body Sprays in sexy scents she loves. What you spray on stays on.
So Ben Simmons doesn't have any fun rhyming names like Riggin for Wiggins. So it's basically just the race for Ben Simmons.
We racked our brain. We couldn't come up with
couldn't
anything.
figure it out. One of those teams, racing for him, the Sixers, entering the night one loss away from becoming the first team in NBA history with 29 losses through its first 30 games. And, well, the way that they're doing this is turning the ball over. 18.3 turnovers.
The way they shoot it, sometimes it's better to just turn it over.
It's rough.
So we don't have to watch the shooting exhibition.
This trend continued in
Just
the game.
sloppiness, just sloppy, careless.
It's not fun. It's not fun to watch. I can't imagine what Brett Brown is thinking. So let's just hear what he's thinking on the turnovers.
You can write 28 turnovers for 36 points. That can be a headline. It can be a single sentence article. And we can all go finish our Christmas shopping.
There you go. That's the story of this game. 28 turnovers. Sixers lose. Grizzlies win. 104-90. First team in NBA history to lose 29 of their first 30 games. They said they committed 28 turnovers, second most by the Sixers this season. Fourth game this season with at least 25 turnovers. The rest of the NBA has just 3. How about the Lakers? They're also in that hunt for Ben Simmons. Kobe Bryant back in the lineup, dealing with that shoulder injury. Third quarter, Kobe finds Larry Nance Jr. on the lob. Then, Kobe, nice pass inside for Roy Hibbert and the foul.
Little pocket pass. Kobe Bryant has always been a guy that sees the floor, delivers the basketball, and now at the advanced age, does it a little bit more often. But this has been his patented shot this season, that turnaround jumper in the post that he can get off against virtually any defender.
Forces that bad pass. Jordan Clarkson picks it and makes a lay-in. Fourth quarter, Lakers up 1. Kobe feeling it. Hits the jumper. Legs over his last 4 games. He had 31 points in this one, 22, 22, and 25. He's shooting over 50%.
Yeah, he's found a rhythm, and his elevation on his shot is better on the perimeter, there's no doubt. And like I said, he's using that strength in the low post to get himself in a position to shoot those turnarounds and fades. It's been a part of his game his entire career. He's relying on it a little bit more now. Great night for Kobe. Lakers get a win. That's always a good thing as you hit that charter flight to get home.
Yeah, and the Lakers get their first win versus a Western Conference opponent this season. Lakers fall 5 games back of the 76ers in the race for the most ping pong balls in this year's lottery. Lakers still 3 up. on the Nets and 3.5 ahead of the Pelicans, with the main prize in June's draft, of course, being LSU freshman Ben Simmons. The legs, we were watching him tonight against American. He put up 23 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, second straight 20-point game. He the real deal?
Does everything. He is absolutely the real deal. You know, there are some other guys out that are very intriguing. So I don't know if he's surefire #1 pick right now, but what this guy does in a basketball court with his length, he's got the wingspan of a guy over 7 feet tall. He's got the vision of a point guard. He puts it on the deck, finishes, rebounds like a power forward. He just has to improve his shooting, and then he's really an unstoppable force.
Well, Ben Simmons obviously on the top of teams' wish list, but there are a lot of teams in need right now. So put on your Santa Claus hat. We saw it earlier in the show. If you could hand out
Sit
gifts.
on Santa's lap. Here we go.
Okay. If you could hand out gifts to some teams, who would they be and what would you give them?
Well, I think looking around the league, there are a lot of teams that need things. Right?
Yeah.
So I focused on some that really need some things.
Okay.
The question is, have they been naughty or nice? We'll start in Houston. And the first thing that I could think of, how about a little group therapy?
Oh.
Little group therapy session on Santa. A gift certificate for Dwight Howard, James Harden, so that they can figure out how to maximize the talent that these two guys possess, because they have not been on the same page all year long. And it would be real interesting in the West if they could figure out a way to make it work together. Clippers, Doc Rivers, one of the best coaches in the NBA. The problem is you've got dual duties. So I'm going to give you a general manager for Christmas. Some of the personnel decisions you made in the offseason haven't really panned out. You brought in some veteran guys. They're not really helping you. Lance Stevenson, Paul Pierce, Josh Smith. I think if you could just focus on coaching, we can remember what Doc Rivers was in Boston. That's what I like to see. And finally, for Philly, ready for this, Julia Locafer? An all-expense paid vacation for the rest of the season.
Nice.
Now, why do I say that? Because they want to lose games, correct? Well, he's the one guy that gives them a viable option to actually win a few. And right now, they've put themselves in pretty good position down the stretch. We wouldn't want anything to get in the way of their losing. Right. So we're going to send Jaleel away. He's going to come back refreshed, nice tan.
Yes.
He's going to be ready to go next season, and probably with a top draft pick to play alongside of him. So I think it's a perfect gift. And that's the gift that keeps on giving.
It sure does. Well, especially in Philly.
That's right.
Because, they keep on getting those L's and keep turning the ball over. So, okay, those were great gifts. Good job.
Enjoy.
Santa,
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Legs.
Merry Christmas.
Speaking of gifts, you can't ever go wrong with some good kicks. Coming up, we take a look at the hottest NBA player sneakers this holiday season. Jordan's may still be the best ever, but who's next in line in the shoe game? Happy holidays! I don't know about you guys, but I have a long list I need to get through. And what more baller gift than some kicks? That's why I'm at House of Hoops by Foot Locker to check out their new releases.
Come on, let's go.
Here with Will, the general manager of Foot Locker. And Will, let's look at some of the shoes you guys are launching this holiday season.
Can I kick it?
Yes, you can. Your dream all-star wall. If you're a basketball NBA fan, this is where to be. You have the Kobe Bryant's, KD's, the Kyrie's, the LeBron Corks, championship pack, the opening days.
When did we start noticing these off-the-court stylized shoes?
I mean, you look good on the court, they want to look good off the court. You got Kobe, LeBron, and let's not forget Russell Westbrook.
Oh, you can't.
Can't forget that. So that's one of his off the court.
This is actually pretty tame for Russell Westbrook in comparison to Kobe's and LeBron's spikes here. Outside of Jordan and Nike, Foot Locker obviously offers a variety of other brands and shoes, including, is this the MVP shoe?
That's the MVP shoe. And you look at the father and son.
Can I kick it?
And throughout the whole holiday, the newest colorway will be the suit and tie.
And a perfect way to round out the holiday list, hitting up the world-famous Flight Club, where they have some of the rarest shoes and, of course, the classics.
Can I kick it? Yes, you can. Can I kick it?
You guys are a consignment store.
Right. We've been around for 10 years, and in that 10 years, we've kind of been able to establish ourselves as an institution. We have a collection of shoes that you may not be able to find anywhere else.
Would you say Jordans are what people mostly come in here to buy?
No question. The Jordan franchise is like the, signature shoe line that started the entire craze. The shoes! So here we have the Jordan 3 Black Cements. This is the shoe that's worn by everyone. It's considered a cult classic and a fan favorite. You see these on, anyone has a pair of Jordan 3s, just because it's like probably the classiest Jordan shoe, and it looks good and you can wear it with anything.
Outside of Jordan, player shoes, who's the next most popular shoe in your store?
Nike LeBrons, Nike KDs, Kobe's, Kyrie's now, which he's on the rise. He recently got a signature shoe. Out of all those players, like the most popular is probably like the Kobe line. Then with the recent announcement of his retirement, we can expect that Kobe line as a whole is going to increase in popularity.
So there was a strategy to when he made the announcement, I guess, right before Christmas time.
Can I kick it?
So this is the shoe to get this Christmas. Jordan anniversary is the Jordan 11 every single year. You can expect everyone to go crazy for them.
Not like me. These are mean. Well, mission accomplished. Now I just gotta figure out what to buy everybody else.
Well, I'm gone.
I got a lot of shopping to do. Here's some more shoes to add to your list. The 2015 Christmas collection, which players will be wearing on Christmas Day. The LeBron 13s, Kyrie's 2s. These are the Adidas ones, the Crazy 8s, Crazy Light Boost, which are worn primarily by James Harden and Derrick Rose. Continuing the Christmas cheer, Kings forward DeMarcus Cousins was fully in the holiday spirit and in the spirit of giving. Check out what he did for a family who was without a reliable car.
It's yours, baby.
Mommy, sit down. Oh my God, Daddy can't get in yet. He gotta call Mommy. I can call my mama and tell her, right?
Thank you for the car. Oh, you're welcome.
Oh, man, that's so awesome to see.
That is awesome.
Selena and Maurice are two young parents from the Sacramento area caring for a family that has seen some tough times. So great to see that for them. On top of that, earlier this month, Cousins rewarded young children with a shopping spree and helped give away 4,000 bikes to area kids. Way to go, Boogie. All right, it's the most wonderful time of the year. Cozy up by the fire and watch all 5 NBA games on Christmas Day. Legs will be calling Cavs Warriors on ESPN Radio. I'll be on the sidelines for Rockets and Spurs. Not to mention NBA Tonight will have the whole recap that night. All 5 games, all good ones, on our ESPN networks. More NBA Tonight after the break.
NBA Tonight, brought to you by Corona, who invites you to find your beach. And Relaxed Fit from Skechers, roomier memory foam footwear with comfort included.
For the first time in over 13 months, the day's outright scoring leader is the one Kobe Bean Bryant. Black Mamba tied a season high by dropping 31 in Denver. You think he's going to renege on his retirement?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, he is playing well, though. Give him credit.
Yes.
He's on a nice little roll.
Bismack Biyombo pulled down a career-high 20 rebounds, second time he set a career-high in boards in the last week, and Jameer Nelson, the day's assist leader, with 8. All right, some news around the NBA. Not a lot of holiday cheer in Chicago lately. An MRI confirmed that Joakim Noah has a sprained left shoulder and will be out at least 2 weeks. Fred Hoiberg said Noah will be reevaluated in 2 weeks, so we have no idea when he'll be back.
Yeah, I knew that was trouble the second he reacted the way that he did. Let's hope it's only a couple of weeks.
Meanwhile, Warriors coach Steve Kerr, who has been out since training camp as he deals with complications from back surgery, led practice today as interim coach Luke Walton was out with an illness. Kerr said Walton will be back Wednesday for their game. Also added he has no timeline for his return yet. Blazers guard Damian Lillard is expected to miss a second straight game Wednesday with plantar fasciitis in his left foot. Lillard did not play in Monday's loss to Atlanta, missing the game for the first time in his career and ending his streak of playing in 275 consecutive games. Knicks star forward Carmelo Anthony is questionable for Wednesday's game against the Cavs due to a sprained right ankle. He hopes to play against his friend LeBron James, but he may not know his status until shortly.
Bruh.
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 So you pretty much could have put the bra stamp on the whole Sixers play.
Oh, there was so many.
There's so many. I mean, TJ
Yeah, they did that
McConnell,
28 times,
yeah.
so it's hard, but come on, bro.
Yeah,
TJ
and then
McConnell.
here, footage obtained by TMZ Sports shows Russell Westbrook getting bounced from a very famous LA club. They didn't know who he was. They were like, "Who are you again?" Hometown kid.
Bro, next time that happens, just dunk on somebody, bro.
just
Right in the parking
ferociously
lot.
dunk on someone.
Just bring back memories, bro.
They eventually got in.
He handled that pretty
Yeah,
well.
he was just like, really?
All things considered.
You don't know me? You don't know who I am? That's what he should have pulled. Okay. How about this? You won't believe what's going on in China. Stephon Marbury has a museum dedicated to him. Go ahead, Starbury.
Oh my goodness,
Yes.
This goes to a whole nation, bro.
It's amazing.
Stephon Marbury, good for him. Hey,
Yes.
he found a lot of love when he went over there. Resurrected his career.
He sure did. Hey, they love him there. All right, for our last bra, let's revisit that Rick Carlisle sound. Listen to this again.
It was a 24-minute, take you to the beach, kick your butt, kick sand in your face type deal. And then, hey, we come in at halftime and we're finally pissed. I get on their case, and we decide to bust our ass in the third quarter. We played a hell of a third quarter. But, look, if it's going to be like that, these guys aren't going to be Mavericks very long. I can promise you that.
Ooh, you don't hear coaches serve notice like that very often. That's a bra to the whole roster.
Our whole roster, except for Dirk.
The way they started the game, I'm looking at that starting lineup. He must be talking about them. I don't think Dirk's going anywhere.
He's not talking to us, because we got that holiday cheer. NBA Tonight returns on Wednesday.